What's up, guys? Probably shouldn't have done that again. Oh, I am getting old, yes. So we're back here at the construction site of the Porter Ranch Retail Center. About a month ago, I did one of my vlogs here. I forget what number it was. And I was just kind of recapping on my journey to get here, starting from when I had my blood work done and, you know, the whole story with the medication and all that. And just going through my transformation, something I call the good path. And I just want to kind of recap on that. But also I want to touch upon a sermon that we had yesterday at church. The message was about the 5 loaves and 2 fish, how Jesus Christ conducted his miracle of turning 5 loaves and 2 fish and feeding 5,000 with it. And it's about trusting in him and bringing him our offering and how he will conduct miracles with it. I'm not going to get all evangelical here or preach the gospel here. Although I love sharing the faith, I just wanted to share the story and sort of tie it into my journey as well, a little bit. I guess it kind of touching on social media itself as well, like things like this, the vlog and my Instagram and my Facebook and my YouTube, and how we can tie all of that together and how we're able to share stories. And I love sharing all this journey with you, not only for myself, but if I can reach out to somebody and make a connection on the level of either someone who's on the journey themselves, who has gone through the journey themselves, or wants to begin the journey and thinking about it. I think it's an amazing thing to be able to connect on that level, and I love doing that with you guys. And sometimes I wonder, is anyone even watching? Does it matter? But then I realize more and more that there are a lot of you watching, and a lot of you have reached back out to me, and we've shared stories, we've shared ideas back and forth, and some of you have started journeys. You've told me because of the videos, and that is such an inspiration to me. If I can share my stories and have a positive impact on somebody, that's amazing. And likewise, there's so many people ahead of me who have been a positive influence on my life. For example, the whole waking up at 3:30 is something I learned from mentors I have, business mentors and life mentors. That's something, I have a handful of people who around me who swear by that. They're older, and I consider them very successful both in business, life, family, and they say that's always been the key for them, and I've learned over the past year that is the key. It's unlocked so many things, everything actually, and that's just the beginning though, you know. And there's so many other people before me, maybe not even people I know, podcasts I listen to, books I read, positive influences, friends, people out there, you guys watching, some of you here who have gone through the journey and given me advice. I want to thank you for all of that. And I think that's kind of like the idea of the 5 loaves and 2 fish. You have one idea, one thing you share, and you can spread it, and it can affect so many more people than you think, just by being positive. And I think that can start, it's not just a social media thing. I think it's all about positivity and having that positive touch with everyone you come across, whether it be at Starbucks or at work, or the guy you want to road rage on, you know. You can decide in those moments, in those given moments, whether to emit a positive vibe or a negative vibe. And I think that positivity can go a tremendous way. Even the littlest impact of positivity can have almost like a butterfly effect. And I truly believe that. Even in the moments of road rage, you decide not to react. You know, just don't react in a negative way. And that can just change your day completely, change the direction of your day, maybe the day of that person too. Conversely, you know, you engage in that and it can definitely affect your day. I've fallen victim to that many a time. And to make an analogy of it, it's kind of like being in debt. When I was 212 pounds, arguably 60 to 70 pounds overweight, that's like being $60,000 to $70,000 in debt. You got to get out of debt first before anything in your life changes. Yeah, you can start making minimum payments, maybe a little more than minimum payments, but it's not going to make it debt. It's barely a drop in the bucket. You know, when I'm that overweight, I can go to the gym once in a while, I can have a salad once in a while, but it's not going to do anything. You got to knock out the debt first. You got to lose that weight first. Work your ass off on that. Don't listen to anybody. Don't listen to people who say, don't do this and that. You got to knock it out. Knock it out first. I'm not saying once you knock it out, you can go back to living a shitty lifestyle. But once you knock it out, you stay on the good path, you get on the good path, you stay on it. And once you do that, then yeah, you can make a $500 purchase here and there because you can pay that off easily. You can have a little piece of cake, you know, you can have, no, not a soda, don't drink soda. That shit's garbage. Yeah, you can have a steak, you can have a burger once in a while, and you'll be fine because you can burn that off right away because you're still on the good path, you know. And on one of my posts, I said, you know, staying on the good path, you can stop at a diner once in a while and get a greasy steak. I think that's so true, you know, but you have to get there first. You have to knock out the debt. 70 pounds overweight, you're 70 pounds in debt, $70,000 in debt. So I think that's one way to look at it. So yeah, going back to everything, 5 loaves, 2 fish. It was a tremendous impact on my week. It was a great message. You know, I'm not trying to preach the gospel. I know not everyone is of the faith, and that's totally fine. I've had my struggle with the faith, going in and out of church, but I've always come back. I've always come back because church is home. Yeah, I mean, 5 loaves, 2 fish, and the good path. The good path is something you got to stay on. I encourage you to get on it. Find your own. I mean, you know, if anything I do helps, that's awesome. But if it doesn't help, you can find your own. Just go in and cherry pick from different sources, good people in your life. You remember, surround yourself with good people. Positivity is so important. You need that. You know, for me, I feed off people's energy. I feed off people's intellect. It's all inspiration, and that's where I get my energy from. And you know, other things like, you know, I listen to a lot of podcasts, read a lot of books. There's one guy, maybe you guys follow him too, probably. Jocko Willink, the ex-Navy SEAL commander. That guy is a freaking animal, but he's super inspiring. He actually was another influence on waking up early. He actually wakes up at 4:30 every morning. Jocko, I actually wake up earlier than you now. And the whole thing with my Instagram stories, some of you do follow it. Thank you for following it. I post every morning I wake up, I take a screenshot of my phone with the timestamp on, and that's my first post of my IG stories. Jocko does the same thing. That's where I kind of got the idea from. He takes a photo of his watch, of his wristwatch, and it says 4:30-ish, 4:32, sometimes 4:40, sometimes 4:20, whatever it may be, and he posts it up. But another thing, he just wrote a book recently. The title of it alone, it's a great book, but the title alone is so inspirational. It's Discipline Equals Freedom. And that's pretty much what it is, everything we're talking about here. Discipline is what gets you to the good path and keeps you on the good path. And I think, you know, you absolutely need the discipline to knock out the $70,000 debt, to knock out the 70-pound debt. And once you have that, the discipline is what allows you to keep it. And when you can keep it is when you're fully free. Right now, because of that discipline, I am free to do so much more. I've never been more productive. I've never been more creative. I've never had more energy. I've never also been more ADD, but I've always been kind of ADD, but you know, it's my nature to take on a lot of tasks, put a lot on my plate, because I know I can get it done, and that's what keeps me going, keep moving. And yeah, so it gives me the freedom to do that. It gives me the freedom to go and do jiu-jitsu, and to wake up early and work out, and go surfing on the weekends, and go sailing, and do some boxing, and, you know, spend all that energy and time with my family, you know, and build ideas and build dreams and goals for us for the future, and work towards that. Those are all little projects that are also good paths. You know, you see, we're chipping away just like this. You chip away at it, and it becomes all of this. And I guarantee you in a couple months we'll be back. You know, I think I'm gonna come back here every month as long as I can find a hole I can crawl into, and we'll track it. You know, this is progress. This is amazing. It was a dirt lot for years, and now it's becoming. So yeah, let's get on the good path and let's become becoming. So yes, thank you for tuning in, guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, please. And thanks for watching. And don't forget, keep moving.